May is a month of yes. It is time to do the thing. We have a lot of supportive, fertile energy this month. The energy is supported by really facing the fear of your own power. Oftentimes, our greatest fears are not of other people or circumstances. It's the fear of our own anger, the fear of how would we express ourselves, the fear of like, if we were to start emoting, would we never stop? The fear of our reaction to the unknown rather than the unknown itself. But there is such a peace that comes with getting to a place where you truly believe no matter what challenge is given to my path, I will be able to rise to the occasion and handle it. How do you get there? This is what I do when I work with clients. For some reason in my life, I have been given so many challenges where I have had to get to that place. This summer was one of them where I entered into a state of vulnerability and I was very close to death. And really how I got through it, the reason I got through it was because of this state of mind. It is such a high vibrational state. Dude, like, this is my challenge, but I am going to succeed with it. I will take this challenge and turn it into a victory. This mindset is a frequency. And if you've been following me, you know I speak about frequency a lot because the frequency we are emitting is what we're going to be getting back. So let's see with May. We know we have most planets direct. We will have Pluto going retrograde on the 4th. And that supports us actually in many ways moving forward because this allows us to have some internal focus on our deepest feelings. And when we're in connection with our deepest feelings, because those are vibrations that we are emitting, whether we like it or not, whether we're looking at them or not, they are doing their frequency. They are giving it off. But when we look and acknowledge these frequencies, which we may consider hard or difficult feelings, we then harness the beast to work for us. So this is why it's so important not to shove down your emotions or think that dealing with your feelings is some mamby-pamby BS. It is the most important thing you can do if you want to manifest the life that you want. So right now I have a deck. This is like my oldest deck. If you follow me, you know I really love props. And I ask Creator for signs all the time. And then I get very greedy with that. And so I use different divination systems to get answers I want even sooner, even faster. So I'm shuffling this to see, is there an animal spirit, an animal frequency, right? Because they all hold their frequency that's different from ours. Is there an animal frequency that can aid us in this month of May? We got beaver, but it showed up upside down. Beaver is so industrious, right? But at their full tilt, they actually can create problems for us humans, right? They dam up the water supply or chop down trees we don't want them eating, and then it's down and we're like, wait a second. When it's upside down, it says that there's too much. We're doing too much. Basically, we're doing too much. And so our frequency is scattered, is split, is staticky. This is asking us to do a very difficult thing in this day and age, and that is to focus in. I will confess, I have multiple projects going right now. This is a sign it's saying, focus in on one. Channel all of this power into one. Complete it. Then go to the next. I have piles of books everywhere. This is saying, finish a book. Then start the next. This is a call to look at every moment has to be progress. Every moment has to be productive. That's too much for our nervous system. That you also need time to just chill. So it's asking us this month where we're getting all this yes energy and we want to go, go, go and use it and max it out. It's saying, okay, use it, but what are you sacrificing? Time with your kids, time being in the present moment, your health. Can you take the pause and trust? And trust that what is yours, you will have. And that it's okay to pause because you're not going to miss out. The yes energy is still going to be there if you rest. And in the resting time, who knows what downloads will come that will make the next time you sit to be productive even more full, even more creative, even more satisfying, even more filled with that aha moments, that sense of connection. So that's the message for May. I hope this helps you guys. We have a great subscriber community on Instagram right now. Please come join us. We do Monday Motivation, Wednesday Wisdom, and a Q&A on Fridays where you can ask me anything, and I mean anything. We also have an incredible community on Patreon where I do extended videos on all of things weekly woo, monthly woo, and the moons. So many ways to enter into this universe. Sending you all so much love and good luck with this awesome, fertile, abundant energy of May. Hi, are you ready for a little part 2? So in this beautiful book of medicine cards, which is where I pulled Beaver from, and we got Beaver in reversed, there's some excellent questions that I want to share with you guys so that you can have a deeper dive yourself for this frequency that we're experiencing in May. The first one, have I forgotten to allow room in my life for new experiences? In May, we have something really cool going on, which is Uranus, the planet of change, aha moments, right? The downloads from source that change your entire direction. It's also earthquakes. Uranus also rules plane travel. It rules electricity, right? You're getting the idea of the frequency of Uranus. It is conjunct a fixed star called Algol. It's actually on my sun. I was born on May 16th, which Algol was, that's its degree. Algol is about not losing your head. There's so much intensity around Algol. It's kind of like Plutonian. We've been talking about Pluto in the weekly woo. And it's an owning of your own intensity so that you don't lose your shit, right? So this question, and also it's about, with Uranus conjuncted, it's about trying new things around how you handle your intensity. So new experiences, also being around, being intimate with that intensity and really getting to know it so that you're no longer afraid of it. Another question that Beaver, when reversed, brings to us. Am I resentful of having to work? This is so interesting because in the Monday Motivation for subscribers on Instagram, there was a question in the Q&A on Friday about, unemployment and needing a job. And I talked about how it's very important that we're specific about what kind of job that we want. Not necessarily the details of what that job is, but how that job makes us feel. We want a job that's going to give us a sense of purpose, a sense that we are making a difference in the world, and a job that also fills us with bliss, that feeling of satisfaction, of being useful, of being of service, a job that makes us really get in touch with our empowered state. And then we hold that frequency as if we already have that. We hold the frequency of what it would feel like to have that kind of job. That is how we magnetize it. The key is to hold that frequency as long as you can, many times a day as possible. It's very difficult to hold one frequency for any length of time. It is a discipline. It's a discipline. 21 days makes a habit. See if you can do this. Has my mind created so many obstacles to productivity that I feel like a failure before I begin? Beaver has such a determination and willingness to work. And when we see it upside down, it signals where we could be going overboard, right? Being overproductive and abandoning our creativity because the overproduction doesn't allow us to be still enough to access the creativity. But it can also bring up to us and show us that there's a state of procrastination that we are that's blocking us because we're afraid it's going to fail, so we don't even start. And I want to give you guys the permission slip to start. And it's going to be okay if it fails. Because it's through failures that we learn. It's through mistakes that we learn. It's through challenges that we are strengthened. We cannot have that feeling of success, of purposehood, right? Without the mistakes, the challenges, and the snafus. You can't have one without the other. Because without all of those things, we wouldn't even have a feeling of success because we'd have nothing to compare it to. So this is just some extra oomph for May and you know, how we can work with it. I feel like I want to do just one more. Let's see, since I've already started this, let's just go ahead and use the time, right? Let's make May really we need some juicy information for this. Lots of messages coming through for such a productive month. And how do we handle rest, creativity, productiveness without being overstimulated? It's a lot. What else do we need to see about May? Shift. Again, this is very much the Uranus energy, right? Take a different route. Go to a different coffee store. Make something new for dinner. Buy a new soap, a new deodorant. Change serves the creative process. What shifts do you need to make? Are you in a rut? This Uranus energy is the rut buster extraordinaire. So I want to encourage you guys, bust your own rut before the universe does it for you. We had a card that flew out. Would you guys like to see it? I get a resounding yes from your frequencies. Healer. I love this. You know what's interesting about the Scorpio new moon that we have on Monday the 12th, I believe? Oh no, it's the degree that Pluto is going retrograde on. There's something called Sabian symbols, which is basically a very intuitive woman downloaded images for each degree of the zodiac, the Western. Yeah, well, the zodiac in general. You could be whatever. You can use it, the Vedic, or just for each degree of the entire wheel. An image came to her and she wrote it down. And the degree of Pluto going retrograde on May 4th, which really flavors the entire month, was a Hindu healer who glows with a special light. And then we got healer here. So first of all, the greatest healer that you're ever going to meet is yourself. We all have the capability of healing our mind, body, and spirit into optimal functioning health. Some of the ways to do this have been clouded, distorted, hidden, but it's all at our fingertips. And so much of it has to do with frequency, frequency, frequency. There's a frequency of what you want. The question is, what do you need to release and let go of from your past so that you can get to that frequency yourself and magnetize what you want? Heal thyself, and I can help you do it. info@thegoodwoo.org for private sessions. Join us on Patreon. Become a subscriber on IG. Let's go.